Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy, MF Crypto here, aka Quant, aka the Wife Changer, aka the Quant Father. Once again. And as always, I'm on a mission to help you build generational wealth. Welcome back to the channel, my fellow subscribers. And for those of you who may be tuning in for the very first time, welcome in as well. Do yourselves a major favor if you haven't done so already. Hit that subscribe button and click on the bell for notifications because I provide the single greatest quant network updates on all of YouTube. Now, let's not delay any further, ladies and gentlemen. I have a huge Quant Network news update for you today. Quant Network is leading the digital asset tokenization revolution. Why you need to be in before the masses are in. Let's kick today's video off by reminding all of you guys here in the Quant fam that I am doing a 5 Cinco Quant token giveaway. Once I reach 1,000 Twitter followers and 1,000 YouTube subscribers. Guys, if you haven't done the YouTube subscription yet, I only need 16 or 17 more subs, so hightail it over to my channel at Quantstradamus over on YouTube, or just type in MF space crypto. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a win-win. You're entered in. All you got to do is follow the account here on Twitter, like the tweet, and sub to the YouTube channel, and you are entered in to win a QNT token. 5 separate winners will be picked, and I'm thinking about doing a live stream on my YouTube channel for when that date comes, so you can see that everything is kosher and they are going to be randomized and picked fairly and distributed fairly. Ladies and gentlemen, I shepherd the flock. You already know Quantstradamus is here for you. Don't ever get it twisted. Now, let's move on to some QNT price action for today. We're currently trading at $103.10, sitting about even on the daily. Sliding over to the weekly chart, we're seeing a decline. We were up above the 110 mark and we've come down as low as, let's see here, as low as 102.19. Ladies and gentlemen, as long as we stay in that 100 to 120 price channel, I am not concerned either way. You should be looking for a confirmation breakout or breakdown from that $100 psych level. If we see that, the next level I have been maintaining for a long time is $94. If we break below 94, we're validating targets down in the $80 to $85 range, and I will continue to keep you updated as far as price action is concerned. But as of now, nothing to report on. We have remained stagnant now for a few weeks, and that is okay. You need to understand these are opportunities to accumulate more if you are looking for a long-term hodl strategy. You can continue to DCA in. You know my stance. I believe that Quant will go much lower because of the current state of the global economy. And we have a recession that we have not seen the full brunt of yet, not even close. Ladies and gentlemen, assets across the board will tank. The traditional stock market, real estate, cryptocurrency is no different. We will see a massive breakdown of all of these asset classes in the near future. This is a big opinion article in the Markets Insights section over on FT.com, the Financial Times. The UK needs to lead in securities tokenization. The country's financial industry cannot be left behind in a trend that will lower costs and risks in market. Now, Bob Wigley is chair of UK Finance and was a court member of the Bank of England between 2006 and 2009. And we know Big Daddy Gilbert Verdian and the Quant Network executive team have very close ties and direct company and business relations with the Bank of England. Think Project Rosalind in recent times. They are working hand in hand to bring this tokenization revolution to the masses, to the main stage. But understand that the writer of this article is well entrenched in the financial sector. He sees what's going on, and he understands, much like the visionary that Gilbert Verdian is. Tokenization of assets across many different sectors is 100% the future, and his opinion is that the UK cannot afford to fall behind in this tokenization revolution and arms race. Disruptive innovation can take time to gain a hold, but we have finally reached an inflection point with the tokenization of securities. Over the past year, I have seen an upsurge in financial services institutional interest in this area, particularly as central banks move from analog towards digital. This is a massive shift, ladies and gentlemen. Without continued bold action, however, the UK risks falling behind other jurisdictions. Tokenization is not about crypto. What we are talking about is creating digital representations of real financial assets with ownership tracked on distributed ledgers or blockchains. I have been talking about this for a long time. This is why I continue to preach that Gilbert Verdian is a true visionary. He understands that the tokenization of all real-world assets is going to be the future. He has been working hand in hand behind the scenes with banking institutions and big power players in the financial sector in trying to tell them that this is the future, getting them to understand, listen, we are making a massive shift here. You either get on board or you get left behind, because Quant Network is bringing this digital asset tokenization into the main stage, to the forefront. You do not want to be left behind, or you will become a dinosaur, a thing of the past. This is for everything from equities to bonds to illiquid assets like real estate and private equity. In a new report jointly prepared by UK Finance and Oliver Wyman, we worked with dozens of the largest banks, financial market participants, regulators, ministers, and other bodies to outline the benefits of securities tokenization and understand the bottlenecks that the UK needs to address. The UK's standing as an equity listings venue gains press coverage, but fixed income and post-trade infrastructure are just as important to London's position as a global financial center, and the pain points around the cost and complexity of current capital markets infrastructure are real and significant. This is a change for the better, is what Bob is trying to say here and what Gilbert has been preaching for many years now. This is a natural progression and upgrade from the current system. The good news for the UK is that tokenization globally is in its infancy. Even digital bond issuance, the most common usage for tokenization in mainstream financial assets, is still tiny, totaling about $1.5 billion in the year to February, according to S&P Global. But the reality is that the UK is at risk of falling behind other financial centers, as digital bond issuance to date has been in other places such as Singapore or Switzerland. Despite its reputation for red tape and bureaucracy, the EU has moved ahead in terms of experimentation. Our progress is similar to the US, which could quickly leap ahead given its huge financial resources, deep capital markets, and technology know-how. I believe the United States will get its head on straight, but all of the bottlenecking from the Securities and Exchange Commission and Gary Gensler and all that tomfoolery is starting to put some major stopgaps in the United States' progress in the cryptocurrency space and digital tokenization. There are three main benefits that tokenization could bring securities markets: lower costs, lower risks, and wider access. Let's start with costs. There are efficiency gains in reporting, trading, and banking infrastructure. A tokenized security could require fewer intermediaries, and operational processes for taking on new customers and anti-money laundering measures could be streamlined. Second, the U.S. meme stock craze of the summer of 2021 highlighted the need to reduce settlement risk from counterparties struggling to meet payments for committed trades. Digital tokens with instant settlement could reduce counterparty, liquidity, and operational risks. Collateral requirements could decline. Finally, the tokenization could widen access. It could increase the customer base for assets, particularly illiquid ones that involve significant paperwork currently. In a tokenized world, investors could buy a fraction of a financial asset rather than the whole thing, increasing the potential pool of retail investors. For the UK to be a leader here, it needs to build on its plan for a treasury-led financial market infrastructure sandbox. This is a facility to test new ideas in a controlled environment before they are potentially unleashed on the markets. The UK should seek to develop as a global standard setter and innovation hub in the area, supported by legal and regulatory certainty. Such certainty is a necessary precursor to success. The UK has a reputation for a leading legal system that is central to the global financial system. Ding, ding, ding. Bob hit it right on the head here. If the UK moves forward here and sets proper legal precedents and gets ahead of this thing before the rest of the power players and the rest of the countries around the world, they will lead the charge in this digital tokenization revolution. This is why it's so huge. Gilbert Verdian and his entire team at Quant Network, where do they operate out of, ladies and gentlemen? You guessed it, the UK, England. They have the ties in the UK. If the UK can get their act together and move this plan forward, Quant Network will 110% succeed. If the UK is at the forefront of the tokenization revolution, let me say that one more time, Quant Network will succeed, and we will all make it massively. And I want to see each and every single one of you at the top with me one day on the yacht party with Big Papa Quantstradamus. You get to meet him face to face. That'll be a glorious day. You'll get to see him in all his sex appeal and glory, with all the ladies side by side. Got them lined up. We'll be like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street. Just doing my thing. Don't hate the player, ladies and gentlemen. Hate the game. The reliance of UK common law and precedent, while offering flexibility as technology rapidly evolves, does not offer the same initial clarity as the specially written codified statutes of civil law jurisdictions in Europe. Good work is, however, underway here, including the recent report on digital assets from the Law Commission, which made a number of important recommendations, such as on what legal tools are needed. A dedicated tokenization-related regulatory sandbox designed by the government and regulators in conjunction with the industry will provide much-needed regulatory clarity, ensuring property rights, capital charges, and custody arrangements are as clear for tokens as for traditional financial instruments will be crucial. It's not clear how quickly tokenization will become mainstream, but there is a real groundswell of interest and activity taking place, and it looks like a question of when, not if. The UK cannot risk not playing when the rest of the world is. Think about it as a small insurance policy for our world-leading financial market industry. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that was a lot to digest there, but I had to bring this article to your attention because Bob gets it. He shares the same viewpoint and visionary perspective that Gilbert Verdian does. There is major interest in tokenization of assets because it is so clearly the future. Quant Network is offering that reality today. Its patented overledger system is going to bring that to massive Fortune 500 companies and revolutionize entire industries and bring other people into the fold and new investors that never had an opportunity to be a part of the game. They are going to change everything. And if you hold QNT tokens right now in your possession, you are so far ahead of the pack. It's not even funny. Give yourselves a major pat on the back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Gilbert Verdian's exact response to that Financial Times article that I just went over with you is the following here, a tweet from his official Twitter account @GVerdian. The crypto market by the end of 2022 was less than 0.5% of financial markets. In 2022, the total regulated capital markets of debt and equity was $233 trillion, with a T, ladies and gentlemen, trillion dollars. Crypto was only $798 billion. The tokenization of regulated markets is $24 trillion by 2027, according to HSBC. Tokenized market volume is growing year over year, as you can see on this chart here, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. He has realized how incredibly valuable it is to bring in this new system and show the banks how incredibly lucrative tokenized assets can be moving forward. He's working hand in hand with the banks. They already know his vision. He's going to make this a reality, ladies and gentlemen. Do not sleep on Quant Network's enormous and uncapped potential. I continue to shout it from the rooftops because I care about each and every single one of you, and I want to see you win along with me. Finally, I'm going to finish this video off with a short thread from Hungarian Horntail at 3ToeSloth1 over on Twitter. The Bank of International Settlements has updated its roadmap, foundational infrastructure, technology review, new technology adoption, globalized banking 100% complete. Only Quant can do what the project needed, ladies and gentlemen. 100% foundational infrastructure. They're referring to Quant Network, 100% technology review, Quant Network, 100% adopt new technologies, QNT. All roads lead to QNT. Without it, these incredible advances are not possible. The Overledger system is changing the game. You need to understand before it's too late, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I tweet it out each and every single day. Buy QNT before it's too late. Not financial advice, always do your own research, but DCA into this asset if you want to win, plain and simple. Why is the QNT community so excited about the Bank of International Settlements? The BIS is the central bank of central banks, a global umbrella of the financial system representing 95% of the world's GDP or gross domestic product. The BIS is the single most powerful and influential financial entity on the planet. You have to follow the money in this world in order to make money. It's that simple. Feel free to pause the video and go over all of these incredible listed member central banks and general meetings. It's just staggering, ladies and gentlemen. The BIS is working hand in hand with Quant Network and Gilbert's team. We're not playing around. We're here for the big bucks, for the trillions with the T, not the millions or the billions. The big T, baby, the trillions. The world's single most powerful and influential financial entity is public about conducting an entire project assessing prototypes built on Overledger. This layer translated smart contracts into API calls and transformed API requests into a format understood by and actionable for the central bank ledger. The project used Overledger technology to accelerate the development of multiple central bank ledger simulations for comparison. It also enabled the project team to explore how the API could work with different types of central bank ledger. Ladies and gentlemen, do not get shaken out of this asset. Continue to do what you need to do to get your hands on QNT tokens because they are such a finite amount. There is a very limited amount of QNT tokens. Do your research. Continue to follow the trail that leads to major riches in the future. You are so very early. QNT today is like Bitcoin back in 2013. Do not get it twisted. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. This has been another feature presentation by MF Crypto, aka Quantstradamus, aka the Quant Father, aka the Wife Changer, the #1 source for all your crypto needs. I'll see you next episode. Cheers.
If the lion is the king of the jungle, how can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, the elephant is probably one of the biggest. He can't be the fastest because that's a cheetah. He can't be the smartest. So he's not the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. An elephant thinks run. And it's all mentality. Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas, but I'm king of my jungle because of my mentality.
What happens when you're a gazelle and you're not being pushed? You're not being prodded. You're not given a reward. Nobody's encouraging you. What happens when you're a gazelle and the lion's not chasing you anymore? You stop running. But what happens when you're a lion? When you are a lion, it does not make a difference. You realize that if your family is going to eat, that if that pack of lions is to survive, then you gotta go hunt. A part of being a beast just ain't eating a gazelle. A part of being a beast is the hunts. It's the hunt that they're excited about. They like to see the gazelles run. Then boom, they take off. Because real lions like to hunt. They love the process just as much as they love the prize. And some of y'all just want to score. You don't like the process. You're not in love with the process. A true hunter's goal is not the prize. A true hunter's goal is to hunt. That's what they live for. They live to hunt. They don't just live to catch it. It's the whole process. When you are a true hunter, you don't go by time, you go by the gazelle. When you are a true hunter, you hunt until you get a gazelle, and you don't stop until you get one. And then you get another, and then you get another, and you get another. If you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do, be what you say you're gonna be, you're gonna have to lion me out. You a gazelle, you're gonna come up short. You a gazelle, you're gonna have an average experience. You a student, I need you in lion mode. You an entrepreneur, I need you in lion mode. You trying to lose weight, lion mode. You can't do nothing significant in gazelle mode, nothing. Nothing impressive happens in gazelle mode. Nothing happens in run mode, give up mode, quit mode, scared mode, fearful mode, nothing happens. Everything happens in lion mode like I'm coming to get you.